I'm a freelance teacher, and I've been able to do this master's program in 1 year, as well as working.
I work and study at the same time. It is possible, and it's quite cool because Barcelona is a very international city, so even companies understand that it's full of students, and students need to find the part-time short-term job.
I'm doing my master in 1 year because I don't work now, but still I'm busy. I'm a research assistant, I train every day, I train jiu-jitsu, but I can keep up with all the work, so it's absolutely possible to do it in 1 year.
Well, I'm an English teacher, so I work in an academy in Barcelona, which is really good for two reasons. The first being that the theory that you learn in class, you can apply directly to your job and to the students. So it really helps to kind of to reinforce what you're learning in the degree. The second reason it's good is because you have participants ready for the research projects that you're going to do in the course. So that's a major advantage.
So when I arrived, I was like, okay, let's find a job because I'm doing it part-time, so it would be a good idea for me to work and study, as I was doing the same back in Iran, and I can't stay unemployed.
Normally I work between 20 and 25 hours per week. In terms of the schedule, as I said before, the companies, they understand that I have my fixed timetable, so they can do your schedule according to the course.
As a freelance teacher, I've been able to work more when the study commitment's been a little lower, and then during when there's been deadlines for assignments and when there's been exams, I've been able to limit how much I'm working. So I've been fortunate in that way. But it's been perfectly manageable to do both. Teach, earn enough to pay the bills, and also do the master's program in 1 year.
I work for about 15 hours a week and combine that with a full-time course, so in 1 year. So it is quite a lot of work, but it's doable, and as I mentioned, the two are quite complementary. What I tend to do is to work teaching English in the morning and then study in the afternoon, and that compartmentalizes things quite easily.
When I decided to do a master's, I was very clear that I wanted to do it in 1 year. That has meant that I've possibly put myself under a little bit more pressure, and if you do it in a year and a half or over 2 years, then you can take your time. But I personally am someone that I almost need to be under a little bit of pressure to perform at my best, so for me to do it in 1 year was a good option.
Well, I'm gonna finish my master's in 1 year and a half. I think it was a brilliant choice because the course is quite intensive, so I want to make sure that I will do everything properly without pressure, maybe without a less stress, and I think the 1 year and a half is a good choice for that.
So I generally study for about 2 hours every day on top of the contact hours you have with the lectures. I think this is a pretty necessary amount to cover the material that you need to cover, and it's doable as well. Even with a kind of part-time job, I think you can do all three.
So in the end I was a little overwhelmed, let's say, because of all the projects that were due in 1 week, and I was like, oh god, this is impossible. So in the end I did quit, but I found a better job. Now I'm teaching online, I'm teaching English, Farsi and Spanish. So in the end, now it's even more related to my studies in a way. I get to meet the people I wanted to and study them in a way, so I might be able to even use them for my research in the future.
If you don't need to work, it's brilliant because you can fully focus on the study, you can fully focus on the research and like all resources which are available at the university. But as I said before, like if you need to work and like you are interested to gain the experience and to apply everything what you've learned, you can do it, you can find the time for that.
So I would say that with a sufficient determination, I think it's definitely doable.